So with mountain biking, a lot of people like to go without a pack, some people like the full pack, and then there are some people that like to use one of these, a hip pack. So today I'm gonna be talking about the Evoc Hip Pack Pro 3. I was a little bit skeptical about these things for quite some time, and then I picked this thing up and I fell in love. So let me just go over why I love this pack. I'm not necessarily gonna talk about what makes a hip pack great versus a full pack, because that's a subject in itself, and I'll talk about that in the next video, but I'm just gonna talk about this one specifically. This pack, right off the bat, is pricey for what it is. Can you get better value for lower? Absolutely you can. I think I paid like $140 for this, so it was a little steep for what it is. I mean, that's more expensive than I paid for my full pack that you saw in the last video, so it's a little pricey, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I think it's worth every penny because of the form factor. It's great, it cinches down. It has side pouches here on each side. I carry in this one a multi-tool, and I put my keys in there too, so I put that right there and I'm able to grab that really fast. They're pretty big pockets. These allow you to cinch the thing down, it doesn't move at all. Honestly, the thing that really got me with this pack is, so the bladder itself, I'll get to that in a minute, is only 1.5 liters, and I thought to myself, if I need more than that, I'm gonna be screwed if that's all I have. So not only does this have the hydration bladder on the inside, but it also has space for a water bottle on both sides. So I can carry like 3 liters of water if I really needed to. I will say when you carry all that water, it is heavy and it kind of doesn't fit as well, but it's still doable. It has this little pocket on the front here, Velcro, and it zips down. I carry wipes in case I have to get grease or something off of this. It's kind of like my tool pouch for this. I've got a tubeless tire kit, tire levers, a CO2 inflator, and all sorts of stuff in there. So that's kind of where I keep that. It's really flat, and I put my phone in there too. So don't expect to keep a lot, but only flat things. Now, there are only 2 pockets. That's that one, and then there's this big pocket right here. So open this pouch, and this is everything inside of it, right? Now, the only problem about this one is the hydration bladder itself is gonna take up a majority of the space, but it is separated by its own little thing right here. So that's pretty good. And I've got all sorts of stuff in here. I've got CO2. Really, it holds everything I need and then some for any kind of ride. Again, there are packs with more storage, but ultimately, you don't need that much storage. And the point of the hip pack too is to kind of be minimalistic with it. So I think for what this is, I can get by just fine. You know, I can carry my pump, I can carry everything in here I need. So the space is not an issue at all. It also has this right here, and these are tightening adjusters for the belt. So really it's very form fitting. Now putting this on, what I really like too about it is it has this initial Velcro, right? So that helps you keep it on there. And this would hold, but I probably wouldn't ride with it. And then you have this little buckle here. So you do the Velcro to hold it on, and then that keeps it there. And then there's a little thing for your hydration hose. So this is okay. I've had it slip off a couple times during riding, but for the most part, it's great. And you know, it's right there when you need it. There you go, right back there. So as you can see right here, I'm jumping up and down. It's not going, I mean, it's going a little bit, but like you're not gonna be twerking going down the trail, you know. You might bounce up and down a couple times, and especially on a full squish, this thing does not really move at all. But again, if I have the 2 water bottles in there, you know, it kind of flops a little bit. One thing that's interesting though is every time I ride with this, when I start, the belt is wider, and then as I drink the water out of the bladder, I have to tighten it up because it does get smaller. But at the end of the day, this is what I wear when I ride every time now, and it's great. So if you're gonna get a pack or a hip pack and you have the money, I recommend this one. But if you don't want to spend $140, there are a lot of options that are cheaper than that. So with the price, taken into consideration, I've got to give this an 8 out of 10 because it's just really expensive, honestly, for what it is. But you are getting a great product, and I do highly recommend it. This also, the mouthpiece here and the tube does not leak at all. Doesn't leak one bit. So, you know, the Osprey packs, they have a tendency to leak. This was great. This is the bladder itself. It's kind of small, but it fits in there just fine. And what I really like is it has this at the top, just like the nicer packs. The ones that open versus the screw-on things, these are so good, and I really wish all hydration bladders use this. So the one thing, it is kind of difficult to get the hose through the first time, but I will say it's a lot easier if you stick this in through versus the valve, because it will take you 2 or 3 times as long to feed this through the belt than it will this. So there you go, that's my review of this. I do recommend it if you have the money to spend, but if you don't, then get a cheaper one. So that's my review of it. See you guys next time.